I had an interesting conversation the other day with one of my Getting Unstuck clients that I thought you might be able to relate to. She said to me, I realise there are other things that I can do when I'm stressed out or I've had a bad day. I could go to the gym, for example. But pouring a drink is just so easy. It's the easy option. And I get that. I remember feeling the exact same way as well. Like, yeah, sure, there are other things I could do to manage this stress or this anger or whatever the feeling is, but it just seems easier to sink into a glass of wine instead. And don't I deserve an easy life? I've got loads going on, thank you very much. Give me the easy button. So I want to talk about this topic of ease today because this might be one of your sneaky thoughts, that drinking is just easier. And that might be quietly playing in the background, on a loop, unchecked, sabotaging your attempts to change your drinking. And as I often talk about on this blog, we are great at subconsciously telling one side of the story. We decide that a certain thing is true for us, and then we repeat it again and again and again until it feels like fact. And we just go around collecting evidence that supports this belief. So a moment ago, when I told you about my client comparing going to the gym to run out her stress versus pouring a glass of wine, that's an example of an unhelpful little bit of evidence that she's collected to build the case for drinking being the easier option. Because, yeah, on the face of it, who can argue with that? It is going to take at least 30 minutes, probably more like an hour, to go to the gym. And she doesn't have that time whilst she's meant to be cooking dinner and looking after the kids and going through the bedtime routine. But can you also see that by laser focusing in on that situation, on that one truth, we are also missing all this other side of the story? And there's a lot of stuff over here that we need to talk about. So let me show you what I mean and how I would make my pitch for that other side and all the truths that you're missing when you laser in on just one thing. Because personally, my belief nowadays is that drinking is hard. It's too hard for me. I like an easy life, and that's why I don't drink. I haven't got what it takes to be a drinker anymore because you have to be rock hard for that, to ingest a poison like that. Starting the day with a hangover, that is hard. Not getting enough sleep and worrying your breath smells of alcohol, that's hard. Starting the day with alcohol-induced anxiety, that's hard. It means you go into the day primed to respond to stress badly, ready to make mountains out of molehills everywhere you look. You know what else? Hating yourself for drinking more than you planned to the night before, that's hard. Battling with yourself about whether or not you'll drink tonight, guess what? That's also hard. Having to go and buy your supplies, well, that can be hard, especially if you're feeling watched and you're going to different shops on rotation so that no one knows. Wondering how much to buy, whether you have enough left at home, and did you hide last night's empties carefully enough? All of that's hard work. Racing home so you can have a quick drink before your partner gets back, that's hard. Having to pretend that you haven't had a drink when they actually do get home, also hard. Trying to juggle cooking and the kids' bedtime when all you want is another drink, hard. Seeing that look in your partner's eyes when they clock you in front of the TV again, drinking whilst they go up to bed because you know what, it's 11 p.m. on a Monday night, so why are you opening another bottle right now? That's also pretty hard if you ask me. I'm not done here. I could go on and on and on about all the hard things that come with drinking. There are so many of them. But you can't see all that hard stuff When you are laser focused in on that one thing, such as, well, I don't have time to burn off my stress on the treadmill, opening a bottle's just easier. When you're so focused on that one thought, that one situation, you miss all those other truths. You miss the fact that actually, if you're not drinking, you won't start the day feeling so stressed. You won't start the day feeling like you're on the back foot. So then the end of the day is naturally going to be a bit easier anyway. And look, even if you have a bad day, perhaps you can just manage and cope with those feelings because you can see the bigger picture and those other truths. It's a bit like going to the doctors for an injection. It's not fun. The easy thing would be to just not go. But most of us will go, and we can suck it up for a few minutes because we can see the bigger picture. And we know that getting that shot or getting your bloods done, whatever it is you're there for, we know that's going to be beneficial in the long run. It's going to pay off later. So it's kind of the same principle here. Sometimes you do have to choose the harder option in the moment for an easier life in the long run. So if this has resonated with you, if this is one of your sneaky thoughts, then do yourself a favour and start writing a list of reasons why drinking is hard. Let's put your focus there, because that is much more useful. Why not get a head start on this now by letting me know in the comments why drinking alcohol is the hard choice? I can't wait to hear what you say. I'm wishing you a good week, an easy week, and I'll speak to you again soon.